Hello, beautiful soul. My name is Mara, and I welcome you to today's Pick a Card reading. We are doing monthly guidance, and this is going to be for the month of August 2025. So we are going to cover 3 topics in this reading: your love and romance, your work and finances, and then lastly, your spirituality and your personal growth. So I've got 3 crystals and 3 different cards for you to choose from, and as we go over the reading selection, I will be playing a sound for those of you that like to choose your reading clairaudiently. So let's go ahead and jump into the reading selection. Alright, if you need more time, you can pause the video or go down to the description box and hit the reading selection timestamp. We're going to begin with reading number 1, but all 3 readings will be timestamped in the description box as well. If you're interested in purchasing this deck or the tarot deck that I'll be using today, you can find links to those as well as a link to my free tarot course. So if you're interested in learning how to read tarot from me, then definitely check that out. So go ahead and find your timestamp and I'll see you there. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's go ahead and jump into your month of 2025. So you felt drawn to this card here, which is the Crow Magic. So I definitely feel like messages are coming to you in August. It feels like you're creating a lot, and so the universe is responding. You may be very in touch with your spirit guides if they usually show up as birds for you, but I definitely feel like there's a lot to focus on, because you have to remember that in order to practice magic, you need a lot of concentration. You don't want your energy to be split in a million different directions when you're, say, casting a spell. And so having a sense of like focus and direction and purpose is going to be very important in whatever you're creating. So just keep that in mind for this month. I definitely feel like things are going to be worth focusing on. Like you have a lot to look forward to. All right, so we are going to break your month down into 3 categories. We're doing love and romance, work and finances, and then spirituality and personal growth. So let's go ahead and start with your love and romance. Okay, so we've got Seahorse Perspective. Okay, let's get some tarot out to clarify this, because I feel like that could go in a lot of different directions. For perspective in their love and romance, what does this mean? More trust in your relationship. And if you're single, then more trust in yourself, because I feel like there is a sort of change happening, but you may not be open to it because it would take you out of your comfort zone to really embrace it. It may be that you've been severely hurt in the past, and you're at a point now where you're ready to move forward and learn new lessons, and the past isn't going to repeat itself. You're moving forward, and it's time for you to embrace that. And if you keep sitting here looking at what maybe didn't work out in the past, or what maybe felt really good but wasn't ultimately yours to have, then I feel like you're totally going to miss out on the fun loving and challenging experience of opening your heart and choosing a new path. This is a choice. It is 100% a choice. And so there's a lot about rebuilding trust. There's a lot about trusting yourself, trusting the universe, trusting your partner, and just allowing things to heal. So definitely taps into that creative and magical experience as well. So in your love life, you're going to be shifting your perspective, or at least working on shifting your perspective. Maybe you don't have to play the role of the person that's guarded, of the person that needs to hold on to the past and what's happened to them. And that's not to say that you're not valid for having those fears, because I think that it's significant enough to be limiting you. So it is worth honoring, hey, I went through this awful thing, but it doesn't have to perpetuate into my future. I don't have to keep ruminating on it. I am allowed to heal. I'm allowed to forgive. If I can't forgive that person, then I will forgive the energy of the situation and I will move on. So there is a lot of healing happening here. And I just want to see if there's any final messages. It is going to take a lot of work, but it'll be worth it. It will absolutely be worth it. And you're meant to. You're meant to do this work. Again, there's that really focused energy. This person could definitely not be balancing these two pentacles without some sense of focus. And so I definitely feel like there's a need to, again, choose this path. You're going to have to make the conscious effort to look to the side and say, oh, there's this new opportunity to feel better, and I'm going to do what it takes to work towards that, because on the other side of that pain is a lot of healing. And I do feel like you are in a place where you're ready to be loved. You're ready to be held and to feel safe in relationships. And so let them take care of you. Let yourself be taken care of, and take care of yourself first. But I just feel like there's this feeling of really needing to put in the work and understand that it's not always going to be easy to overcome those fears, but it will always be worth it. Okay. So now let's go ahead and jump into your work and your finances. Okay, so we got the cat, independence. I love that. This is such a pretty card. Okay, so let's get some clarity with tarot. On the bottom of the deck is the Scorpion, power. So I kind of feel like you're taking charge of your finances. Again, that very magical, creative, and focused energy. I actually just heard you are fully supported. So I think that your guides want you to know that whatever, if it's like a creative entrepreneurial thing that you're going after, if it's just some simple changes that you want to make in your budgeting or just your finances altogether, you are supported. But first, you have to let go. First, you have to make room for those plans. It kind of feels like you have all these desires, you have all this clarity, and the need to move forward in your career, in your work life, in a creative venture, which I am seeing here. But there's something holding you back. There's this fear of maybe not creating enough, or maybe not being good enough. Excuse me. Or maybe it's because you feel like you have to fight against the world, like it's you against the world, and the odds are so small that you would make it in what you're trying to go after. But I do see that if you just trust yourself, if you just trust your intuition and give yourself permission to study, give yourself permission to lean into, and give yourself permission to create, then I see this ending up very, very well for you. Let's see about the actual finances of this, because I feel like this is a whole lot about you starting something, but we're not seeing a whole lot of actual like money coming in. So let's see about that. What's the money situation there? Well, that's why we're not seeing it, because you have to make that decision to let go. There are definitely some things that are truly getting in the way of you having financial reward in this. And so you probably won't see the money until you start in that direction. But as soon as you start moving towards it, I feel like that's where it'll show up, because we do have the queen. Yeah, oh my goodness. Seriously? I mean, this is your confirmation. You are meant to be doing this, but you have to make that decision to let go and walk away from what is no longer serving you. So that may be a little bit of a hard decision or a hard path for you to choose, but ultimately it'll bring you the creativity, the passion, the desire, the clarity, all those things that you really want and desire. And you will be able to develop your finances over time. That's something that you can absolutely create. And again, you are being very supported. And I do love, again, that you have this power card on the bottom of the deck. It's like you are meant to take control and feel powerful, and you may not feel that way unless you choose to walk away and let go. Okay. All right. Let's lastly take a look at what your spirituality and your personal growth is going to be like. Wow, you have two birds. So you've got the eagle, freedom, and the hawk, vision. Really, really nice and flowing energy. So let's clarify this with some tarot. This month is about you choosing things that are going to feel good for you. Normally with this Seven of Cups, I kind of feel like you need to reevaluate your emotional choices, that you need to choose things that are more long-term and not so flashy and fun. But I'm actually feeling the opposite here. I feel like this is a little bit of a push for you to be more, what is the word? Just a little bit more loose, a little bit more free, literally. And for you to choose things that may kind of seem outrageous or ridiculous at first, but it brings you happiness. So like, who the fuck cares? And so I feel like there's this really unhappiness. There's this deep unhappiness. There's this feeling of like, like there's not peace in your body. And so for you to feel that peace, I think that you need to choose yourself and your own happiness a little bit more. Don't be afraid to be a little bit rash sometimes. Don't be afraid to make your voice heard and to speak out and to speak up about what you want and what's going to make you feel good. You have a lot of different options here, and you're allowed to choose them. You have the freedom to choose. Wow. Lots of stability, lots of grounded work. So for you in August, I think that this path of really choosing yourself, and it's going to feel very new and fresh, kind of like a rebirth moment. It's going to bring you a lot of groundedness, a lot of security, and you are fully supported. You are fully allowed to experiment and choose what you really want. You have the freedom to choose. You have the freedom to choose. Okay. And so I feel like this isn't just setting you up for now happiness, for a feeling of groundedness now. It's starting a whole, chain of reactions where you're going to start seeing things in your life really unfold in a really stable way, in a way that gives you what you need to feel supported. And it's going to start with you nurturing yourself, nurturing your emotions, and nurturing your body. That's where it's going to start. And it's interesting. I feel like when you lean into this sense of creativity and freedom and flow, that's where you feel grounded. That's where you're going to feel more secure, more purposeful, more allowed to make mistakes, because you're not putting immense pressure on your ability to create happiness for yourself. There's a lot more flexibility coming to you as a result of you choosing more options, as you choose more openness. Your vision really does matter. All right. So that's what I'm seeing for you in terms of your spirituality and personal growth. I am going to go ahead and pull an angel number card, just so you have a little message from your spirit guides for the month of, I almost said the month of 2025, the month of August 2025. Those did not shuffle very well. These are the stiffest cards I've ever owned. Okay. So for August 2025, okay, I'm going to read you both, the one that came out and the one on the bottom of the deck. So you've got 2626. Serenity. I create harmony in all areas of my life. I prioritize my well-being, ensuring balance between work, rest, and play. My balanced life brings me peace and fulfillment. Isn't that the truth? Okay, and on the bottom of the deck you have 4040, divine support. I am supported by the divine in all things that I do. I trust in the universe's guidance and protection. I am never alone, and I am always guided towards my highest good. Seriously. I mean, that's everything that I was hearing via my intuitive and psychic gifts. I mean, you are fully supported. You really need to trust yourself. You need to trust your life. Allow yourself to experiment. Allow yourself to create. Lean into the magic of August, because it is there for you. Okay? So thank you so much for watching. I hope that this reading resonated and that you found it to be helpful and insightful. And if you did, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do post a weekly pick a card reading, and I always do a monthly guidance as well. So thank you so much for being here. I love you all. Blessed be. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. So let's go ahead and jump into the month of August 2025 for you. So you felt drawn to this card here, which is the Ashalat. And this is the card of regeneration. And I definitely feel like August is going to bring a sense of peace, hope, harmony, this restorative, regenerative energy into your life. So if you've been feeling like you're just hitting rock bottom, you keep facing obstacle after obstacle, there's this feeling of like maybe loneliness and heaviness, I feel like you're coming out of that things are going to be restored, and it's like life is being breathed into your life. So I definitely feel good energy coming from this, and it's going to be very healing. So with that, I will say that typically within, a regenerative experience, there are some growing pains, but I feel like you want the relief so much that any kind of uncomfortable moments don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, or they don't matter as much because you're ultimately ending up in a better space. So we are going to break your month into 3 parts: love and romance, work and finances, and then spirituality and personal growth. So let's go ahead and start with your love and romance for August 2025. Okay, we've got protection, the bear. This feels really nice, feels really comfortable, very safe. Maybe you and your partner are gaining a new level of trust with one another, and just feeling good together, feeling protected, feeling safe. Maybe there's a big vulnerable moment that you guys share together, and because of that, it really enhances your ability to feel safe in a relationship. So let's clarify this with some tarot. Okay. Let me clarify one thing about this. Okay, so maybe you aren't, either you're single or maybe you are looking to leave your relationship. The more that I clarify it, the more that that's kind of what it looks like. It looks like you're going on an independent path, and you're needing to choose a new path for yourself. So in the month of August, you may be departing from your relationship, or just really choosing yourself. Maybe you're not breaking up, but it's just about you doing your own work to really feel in alignment with what you want. There are some definite anxieties that are coming through, and actually the longer that I'm sitting with this feeling, because it doesn't necessarily feel like that's what you want. So you may be like, some of you I feel like clicked out of the reading, you're like, absolutely not, I'm not breaking up. But I feel like there's this, maybe it's just because you have a lot of fears, have a lot of anxieties, and you're really trying to control your presence in the relationship, and that's preventing this moment of vulnerability, this moment of safety and protection. And I feel like once you really let go and decide to be flexible, and decide to do the healing work to open yourself up in this connection, then I feel like you're going to feel protected. You're going to feel safe. You're going to see that you maybe didn't have to worry about reaching out, about opening up and wearing your heart on your sleeve. This is definitely going to be a big change, and it's going to take you out of your mind and into your heart, which is a pretty scary experience, and I see some resistance to that, but you are fully capable and you are really worthy of this. And I feel like your partner would agree. And if you are single, I would say that, this is about you doing that work before you get into a relationship so that you don't end up entering a relationship that feels like you have to hide your true colors or hide parts of yourself. There's some things for you to feel there, okay? So August is a big growth moment for you in terms of love, romance, connection. I would say that even in your friendships with people, because that seems like something that maybe impacts just your ability to connect in general. All right, so let's move on to your finances and your work life. This is a shy deck today. There we go. So we've got the moose, authority. I do like that she's propped here on his antlers. It's almost like you're being supported by authority. You may be the authority, but I feel like there's something about like stability, protection, safety, feeling supported. Excuse me. We've got the Wolverine on the bottom of the deck, tenacity. So it just really feels like there's this really beautiful, uplifting, encouraging feeling. And I really feel like in that, you're able to really understand. You're able to really have the tenacity to fully get your work done, to attract, the money that you want, to build the career that you want. It feels like August is a really supportive month for you to explore and take charge in your career life. Absolutely. I love to see the Empress in terms of your career, your finances. That's beautiful. You got to get out of your own way though, and maybe get out of the way of the people that are not doing the best for you, that are not supporting you. Okay, so this looks like a call to be more independent, more of your own authoritative presence within your career. The Nine of Pentacles here, it makes me feel like there's some kind of like entrepreneurial situation going on, or maybe just more freedom and creativity in your career if you are working for somebody else. But it looks like you do need to get out of your own way and maybe make decisions that are really going to serve you long term. So they may not be the most interesting or flashy choices, but they are going to serve you, and that's what you really want. That's where you really want to land when it comes to your finances. And I definitely see some co-creation here. I don't necessarily feel like you're going to be like partners with somebody, but it feels more like clients, more like you're attracting the right people and you're making the right decisions in terms of your business and in terms of your finances that's allowing you to end up in this really abundant state of mind and abundant state of being. Almost dropped a whole chunk of the deck. Any other messages about their finances? You will be successful. Oh, the universe is opening up a way for you to do this. And I do see that there are some things, okay, so maybe you have failed in the past. Maybe there are some things that you need to fully let go of. You need to grieve the loss of something because you're coming to a moment of major success and you don't want to be holding on to this baggage of insecurity, of what what ifs of what if this goes wrong, what if that goes wrong, what if this doesn't work out, what if this goes right and then it doesn't work out in the end. Like, there's a lot weighing on you, I think, and it's going to be important for you to grieve it. It's going to be important for you to go through that process. There are many stages to grief, so just let yourself experience them. But the universe will be opening up some doors. It's going to be challenging you to notice it and to feel like you are worthy of it. And I don't know if you will feel worthy unless you do that moment of healing, unless you give yourself permission to heal. But I want you to know that I do see with the Seven of Cups being reversed that you are going to make the right decisions, that you are going to choose the things that bring you success. So I just want you to take the weight of decision making off of yourself. Of course, you need to be practical. You need to be thoughtful and maybe not so practical sometimes and listen to your intuition. But I just want you to know that with this card coming out, you are going to make the right decisions for yourself to get the success that you really want. So just take that pressure off of yourself. You don't need to worry so much. Okay. So now let's go ahead and jump into your spirituality and your personal growth. Okay, we've got the Worm, renewal. And on the bottom of the deck is the Dove, peace. Really, really nice, beautiful energy. I do love that you have both of these cards, renewal and regeneration. This is where it feels like you are stepping into new. You are feeling that sense of growth, that sense of renewal and peace entering your life. So within all of these like other categories in your life, not even just limited to these two things, but in all categories of your life, it's all ultimately adding up to this moment of personal growth or these experiences within your personal growth. So just know that as you're challenging yourself in your career, as you're choosing to go after the things that you want and be your own boss, as you are opening up in your relationship, as you're dismantling beliefs that tell you that you need to be afraid and waiting for the other shoe to drop, you are working on yourself and you are working on your mind. You are progressing in such a big and beautiful way that's really giving your life a sense of renewal and satisfaction. So let's clarify this. Wow. So this month is really, truly going to be about healing. And I think that you have been through it, honestly. You have gone through some probably traumatic experiences or just really, really, really struggled to feel good. You may have struggled with your mental health. It may have been backstabbing of sorts. However it's manifesting for you, I see you. And I promise you that it is going to get better. That is what your guides are saying, that things are going to improve and you just need to release resistance enough to start this new cycle. It is going to be hard, and I do see those growing pains that I was speaking of. I do see that moment of like, is this worth it? I have to face all of this hurt. I have to heal my body in a way that maybe I haven't been able to in the past. Like, what makes me so able now? There's some doubts there for sure. And I feel like emotionally, you may not be open to the possibility of renewal. You may feel like it's too late, that you've already experienced too much hurt, too much pain for you to feel that sense of renewal, to feel that sense of peace and freedom. But I'm telling you, it is there for you. It is there for you. So let's get a little bit more clarity. Yeah. It's going to be scary to take that step, to take that leap of faith and say, I am going to trust myself. And I am actually getting full body chills right now. I feel like your guides really just want you to trust. That's the main thing that I'm hearing. And especially with this card here being reversed, I feel like there's this release moment, this moment where you truly give yourself permission to release resistance enough to start again, to pick yourself up and say, I'm gonna try. And when you give yourself that space to try, that's where you see the success that you're wanting. That's where you see that grounded, nurtured, protective energy coming in. And so it's not just coming from your partnership, it's also coming from you. You are your own protector. You are your own provider. And you're the boss. You call the shots. You are going to be in a position where you're able to really recognize that you're emotionally passionate about something and create it and move towards it and take practical and real steps to create the things that you really want for yourself. And I see it working out so beautifully for you if you give yourself permission to trust. There are some big things you're going to have to change. I do see that. But I want you to know that with that 10 of Swords being on the deck earlier, or on the bottom of the deck, the worst is over. You don't need to worry about the next thing that's going to go wrong. The universe just wants you to focus on what is going right and how you can heal from the damage that has been caused in your life. And know that, I'm also hearing it's not your fault. It's not your fault. So lots of healing energy. This month is going to be very restorative for you. It's going to be very healing, very encouraging for you to explore and embrace this new life that you're really creating for yourself, okay? All right, so let's finish off your reading with a little spirit number, a little angel number, just for you to have a message to look forward to throughout the month of August. Okay, so we've got 5959, inner strength. I trust in my inner strength and resilience. I face challenges with courage and determination. My inner strength empowers me to overcome any obstacles and thrive. Beautiful. And it's so true. And I definitely feel like you just need to hear one more time. The regeneration is coming. You will be restored. Things are going to feel good. You just have to persist. You have to embrace your life right now and just let it unfold and take real steps to ensure that you are moving forward, that you are breaking cycles that no longer serve you. Okay? So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening to this reading and allowing me to read for you. I truly appreciate you, and I'm so excited for you and your growth throughout the month of August. I think you're going to do amazing. So if you found this reading to be helpful, insightful, and uplifting, then please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do post a weekly pick a card reading, and I always do a monthly guidance as well. So thank you so much for being here. I love you all. Blessed be. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. So let's see what August has in store for you. So you felt drawn to this card here, which is the wolf instincts. So I definitely feel like August is going to be teaching you. It's going to be guiding you. August is probably going to be a month where you feel a lot of intuitive messages coming through, that you have a lot of instincts kicking in, and you really are being asked to trust yourself and to trust what your body, your inner guidance system, what the universe is trying to guide you towards, because it's all happening for a reason. And I feel like as long as you trust your instincts in the situations that you're being faced with, that all is going to be well, that you are going to end out exactly where you want to be. So let's go ahead and jump into the 3 topics for this month. We've got love and romance, work and finances, and then we're going to look at your spirituality and personal growth. So for group number 3, Spirit, their love and romance. Okay, we've got the Wasp, anger. Okay, on the bottom of the deck is the Seal, intuition. Let's get some clarity on this, because this may be actually about you navigating some anger within your relationship, maybe needing to trust your intuition, that you're not feeling angry for no reason, that maybe you're being a little bit gaslit into believing that everything is fine, that you're overreacting or whatever. Let's get some clarity. That's definitely my first thought, though. Yeah, your intuition is on point. Okay. Now I want to see what it is that you're actually working towards. Okay. I don't think that it's as bad as like you being gaslit, but I do think that there is some anger that you are feeling in your body when it comes to romance, when it comes to connection, when it comes to your feeling of safety in your relationship. And you are definitely needing to soothe that, to look at the root cause of it. Usually anger is really the blanketed emotion that lies over sadness. So there's probably something hurt within you that you're needing to embrace and follow your intuition to really feel your way through. So I do feel like this is going to be a little bit of a vulnerable moment, but it gives you a chance to create wholeness, that it gives you a chance to build towards, feeling more safe, feeling better in your relationship, in your body, in your connection with yourself, in your connection with your inner child as well. There's a lot of healing here, and I feel like it's going to be fully supported. So I take back what I said about gaslighting. It's just where my mind went immediately. But I definitely feel like there is something here for you to discuss. There is something here for you to talk about with your partner. If you're single, I would say that you probably need to address this anger that's coming from within before you really co-create with somebody else, that may be something that prevents you from having a full and joyous relationship with somebody. But there is a lot of work to do, but I do see it working well. I see it working in your favor to really give you what you want in terms of connection. So you may feel like, you're satisfied enough in connection, but if you do this work, you'll feel so much better. You will feel so much more authentic in your connection. It won't feel as draining. Maybe you often give more than you really have to give, and that's going to change. There's a lot more that you're going to embrace because of your ability to really heal. And it's all coming from your willingness to embrace your anger. And I'm also feeling like there is some stuff that you are really valid about that maybe you're belittling. Maybe you are the person that's gaslighting yourself into saying, oh, this isn't a big deal. But it is. And you're worth giving yourself space to process those things. It's okay to say, hey, I'm gonna go on this emotional journey, and I'm gonna give myself what nobody else really gave me, a chance to feel. Okay. All right, so let's go into your work and your finances. Okay, we've got the rat, survival. And on the bottom of the deck is the rabbit, fertility. So I kind of feel like there's this desire and or need to go from survival to thriving, surviving to thriving. And I want to say that the month of August isn't really where you're going to see that thriving moment. But I do think that you're taking very proactive steps to make that happen. So if you're in a dead-end job that you absolutely hate, I feel like the month of August is a really good time for you to start planting those seeds and growing what it is that you really want to see. How do you want to feel in your workplace environment? So let's get some clarity. Yeah, oh, there are definitely some changes that you're looking to make. And again, yeah, I do see them happening slowly. So again, you may not feel that sense of renewal in August, but I do see you heading towards it. Don't rush. And don't be complacent. Don't sit there and say, well, since this is going to take so slowly, I'm just going to sit here and let it happen. No, you need to take real steps. You need to be purposeful. Don't be rushing through it, but also don't sit on the sidelines and say, the universe will do it for me. I just have to think positively. You do have to put effort into it. And if you are able and willing to, and I do see you being able, but if you are able and willing to be present in the healing process of your relationship with your money, the way that you feel good in terms of your career life, then I see that stability coming in. That's where you see the real reward. So it may be at the tail end of August, or it may be at the beginning of September. It really just depends person to person on how willing you are. And I will say that with the Eight of Swords being on the bottom of the deck, there is a lot of mental baggage that you are going to have to work through in order to feel open. And that's okay. It's okay if you know, and that's why it's going to take some time. It's okay that it's going to take some time because it's leading you to the stability that you really want and desire. Underneath that, you've got the Page of Wands. So, I mean, there's probably some kind of creative career that you feel drawn towards, or there's some kind of new path that you feel really, really drawn to instinctively, but maybe you doubt yourself. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough resources to get the ball rolling in that direction. However it's manifesting for you, just know that there are more resources at your disposal than you may realize. And if you give yourself the space, the time, the energy, and the drive to really recognize those things and work towards them, then I see it happening for you. I see it really truly happening for you. Just move steadily and move slowly but surely, and you will see that financial reward. 10 of Pentacles, beautiful, beautiful energy to end up at. All right. So lastly, we are going to take a look at your spirituality and your personal growth. Okay, immediately. So we've got the Dolphin, joy. On the bottom of the deck is the Moose, authority. It's like you're claiming joy. It's like you're diving in, you're really embracing it, you're letting it become you and you become it. I really like this energy. And I do like that you've got the God rays, the sun rays coming through the water that are just absolutely blessing you and your path. It's like that Fool moment where you dive in and You maybe don't know what's next. You don't know what you're going to find at the bottom of the sea, but you're trusting yourself. You're trusting your spirit guides to bring you there. And because of that, you experience fulfillment, because it's no longer about the destination, but it's about the process, the journey of life unfolding with you. Let's get some clarity. Don't be afraid to turn inwards. Don't be afraid to look at the things that maybe have not really worked out. I think that there are some things in your life that, unless given the right circumstances, you wouldn't normally go towards. Like, either you don't feel worthy of them, or you don't feel like you can. And you can. And I feel like it's also okay for you to say, I used to really have this strong vision for myself, and I was very passionate about it, and now I just don't feel connected to it, and I don't know what I'm going to feel connected to. It's okay for you to reevaluate. Don't feel like you have to persist in something just because, for the sake of like longevity. You can change your mind, and you can take time to reflect before moving forward. So don't be afraid of that. And also, with the Hermit being reversed, I feel like there's a message of like doing some shadow work and not really shying away from that, because that's where you're going to see that self-assured energy coming in, and the sense of wholeness that the world has to offer. Things are wanting to balance out, but it's definitely going to be through you taking action towards it, not necessarily the universe just kind of handing it to you. Because if you're perpetuating something that existed and served for you at one point, but no longer does, then, I mean, the universe can only do so much to send you the things that are actually going to be authentic to you. So you have to be the one that kind of changes the narrative and give yourself permission to go after the things that now feel authentic to you. Don't look back so much. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay. It's okay for you to look forward, to the joy that's coming to you. I don't think that whatever you went through in the past, and I'm getting chills on my right arm, so this is definitely a confirmation that you should be taking action, because whatever you felt like you failed at in the past is not going to repeat itself. You don't need to worry about the potential of experiencing this moment of like where you basically are forced to be resilient. I don't think that that's the case. It doesn't look like it. It looks like this is a time for you to change the narrative, and from there you are going to experience a whole new set of things. This feels like a refreshment, a sort of like turning the wheel in the direction that is going to benefit you the most, not necessarily in the way that would benefit the old you in the most. And so you definitely need to catch up with yourself. Make sure that you're aligning still with the things that you have going on in your life. Things are going to balance out. Things are going to take, they're going to become better. I'm trying to like overcomplicate. Oh my God, girl. I'm trying to overcomplicate the words for it because I want you to like really let it sink in. But I think that I just need to keep it simple, and just say things are going to balance out. You're getting what is owed to you. You do not need to worry. Don't be afraid to reflect. Let yourself think about what you want now, not necessarily what you wanted then. Do not look back and wonder, did I need to do it this way? Would I have worked out if I did it this way? Am I a fool for moving forward and wanting something new for myself? Should I have tried harder in that other direction? No. Let yourself feel that confidence. Let yourself move forward. The wheel is going to keep on turning, and you can jump on it or you can jump off it. So yeah, lots of growth, lots of moments for growth, lots of potential. And I feel like August could definitely go a lot of different ways for you, depending on what you want from it. Lots of choice. All right, so let's close out your reading with a angel number for you to hold on to throughout the month of August. Okay. Yeah, we've got 5252, faith. I have unwavering faith in the universe. I trust that everything is unfolding for my highest good. My faith guides me through challenges and leads me to my greatest blessings. Beautiful. And it's so true. So you do need to follow your instincts, follow your intuition, listen to your heart, listen to the faith that is naturally within you. It's okay if you struggle with hope sometimes, but try in that direction. Soothe that anger and give yourself permission to feel the joy. So if you found this reading to be helpful and insightful and uplifting, then please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do post a weekly pick a card reading. So yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and I love you. Blessed be.